Welcome back, folks, to the APPEX 2024 trade show. This is day 3, and here's our next live stream brought to you by Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration. Whether it's optimizing processes, enhancing sustainability, or simply delving into the fascinating world of fluid dynamics, Burkert is your trusted partner every step of the way. And we're very thankful to them for bringing us these live shows, making them all feasible. And throwing now to Lindy Hughson, the host for this chat.
Hi, back again, Grant. And now at this very moment, I'm about to talk about something that I've found very valuable at the show, which has been the education forums that are dotted around. And one of the most well-trafficked or well-attended ones are the Retailer Engagement Hub, which is situated on the Matthews stand. And the organization that has partnered with Matthews on this is the Australian Food and Grocery Council. And with us here now is the Deputy CEO, Sam Blake. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you, Lindy.
Now, tell me why AFGC decided to partner on this Retailer Engagement Hub.
So the Australian Food and Grocery Council is a member-based organisation representing food, grocery and beverage manufacturers and suppliers here in Australia. Many of our members will have a direct relationship with Matthews and use their equipment and their labelling equipment. However, more importantly for us was the opportunity to share the stage with our retail trade partners to, discuss and explore with the audience some of the key initiatives that are taking place in the industry, both currently and future facing. And that really was the driver for us to come and have the engagement with Matthews.
Now, you yourself have been busily giving some presentations today. What have been the key messages that you've been trying to get across?
Thanks. I think for us, the AFGC runs what's called a Trading Partner Forum. This is a forum that brings retailers and suppliers together to look at how we can optimise our joint supply chain. So we're working very much in the space between the fast-moving consumer goods company and the retailer. And what can we do to deliver efficiency and effectiveness along that supply chain? The Trading Partner Forum works specifically in that area, and they have over a number of years developed some great tools and case studies and guidelines for industry to use. One of the most important, I think, has been the delivery of the common delivery guidelines. What we've been able to do here is work with our key partners to align around the standards required for a supplier to deliver into a retail distribution centre. So a number of years ago, the major supermarket organisations all had slightly different specifications for delivery into the retail distribution centres. So that meant as an FMCG manufacturer, I'd manufacture my product, but I may then have to go through some subsequent processing to get it into the retail DC based on the compliance that they required. Doesn't really make sense when we're a small country and the same product is going into the same distribution centres. So we were able to bring the industry together to look at how we could align around those industry standards. So we've taken the guidelines from each of the retailers, we've assessed them, and we've come up with 115 core components that are now aligned and the same. Why is this important? It drives compliance, which is a good thing for the retailers. It makes it a much more simple process for suppliers, which is great for them. It means that we're getting first time, right time into the distribution centres, and hopefully that has a flow-on effect then to improving availability at the shelf.
So I'm assuming that it would pertain to things like standardization of labelling and palletizing.
That's absolutely correct, Lindy. Yeah, the common delivery guidelines go into 4 core areas. The first is around the carton and the carton construct. The second is around the construct of the pallet, so the pallet, the shrink wrapping and the labelling. Then there's a component around the data exchange between the retailer and the supplier. And then finally there is what we refer to in the industry as DIFOT, or delivery in full on time, and how we can make sure that we're meeting the requirements of our key trade partners.
I think Sean Lester, I think it may have been yesterday or the day before, was talking about their automated DC, and that's Woolworths, and he said one of their major pain points is that, in fact, those areas, the labels being misaligned or pallets that aren't, uniform So that backs up the research that you've been doing and the work that you've been doing. So do you have, you mentioned guidelines, but do you have sort of documents or resources that these retailers can access and customers, suppliers rather, can access so that they know what the list of criteria are?
Absolutely, Lindy. Everything that we do within the Trading Partner Forum is free of charge and open source, which is the first thing to say. We have the first document I'll talk about is our Common Delivery Guidelines for Industry. It's a bit of a tomb of a document, but it's the one that pulls together all the alignment criteria across the industry. From that, we have a series of one-page guides and checklists and other tools that companies can download to help them in their search for greater compliance. Most of the documentation is aimed at those working within the distribution centres and on the factory floor to give them easy, ready reckoners to ensure that the product that they're assembling for their retailer trading partners will meet and be compliant. Range of material available on our website for people to download.
And that's afgc.com.au?
afgc.org.au.
Okay, yes, of course. And in terms of the trade show itself, have you had any chance to walk around the APPEX floor?
I have, Lindy. I should say at the outset that I spent the first 20 years of my career working in factories, the second 20 years of my career working for the Industry Association, and being back here today and looking at the machinery just sent me back 20 years. It was fabulous. I have really loved having a look at how packaging equipment and packaging itself has morphed and changed over the last 20 years. The inclusion of robotics is just phenomenal. I think the focus on sustainability is really important and really going to drive a lot of shift in the industry. So I think there's a lot to be excited about in terms of what the future of manufacturing will hold here in Australia.
I have to agree with everything you've said there. And it's just been an outstanding show in terms of what has been delivered on the show floor. So much working machinery.
Yes, it's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible, yes. Well, thanks very much, Sam, for joining us. Wonderful insights. And we will keep track of what AFGC is doing.
Thank you, Lindy.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lindy. And thank you to those who have tuned into this live stream that is being brought to you by Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration. And we're bringing you these live streams from the trade show floor at APPEX 2024 on day 3, starting to get a little drained. We'll be back shortly with another live stream, so stay tuned to this channel.